Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily PIB analysis video. In the evening these videos come, in the morning the Hindu editorial analysis videos they come, and both in Hindi and English you get these lessons. So these days the update on the PIB website is very less, but the important questions that I'm giving to you, these are totally exam oriented. Do not miss any of these lessons, do not miss any of the data in both the lessons of Hindu analysis and the PIB analysis both. And the way I'm explaining to you these things, especially in the PIB lesson, please grasp everything because it is totally exam oriented session. So MCQs that I gave to you yesterday, the IPCC unveiled the state of the global climate in 2018 report. No, WMO, World Meteorological Organization, that actually unveiled the state of the global climate report 2018. And you see what is the connection between both of them. WMO plus UNEP, they both established the IPCC in 1988. IPCC, it reveals its assessment reports and special reports. It does not do any kind of research of its own. It assesses other bodies' reports, other important institutions' reports. But WMO, World Meteorological Organization, that started this particular initiative, and it is releasing the report here. 2018 was the fourth warmest year on record. That is perfectly correct. So only 2 is the correct answer here. And the important revelations in this data I'm going to tell you here. WMO statement on the state of the global climate. Every year it issues this statement, and the data is also provided by National Meteorological and Hydrological Services. And these bodies, they may be asked fourth warmest year, and you see consecutively for 15, 16, 17 and 18. These all years has been the warmest year for the geological history. Means the period that we know about, it is the warmest one. And the mean global sea level for the period from January to July 18 has been 2 to 3 millimeter higher than the period which is of 2017. So that means there has been per year rise of 2 to 3 millimeter, and that's a scary pace. Very fast speed is there for the oceanic water level rise. So that's really a cause of concern. So that is why it is said that we need to take radical steps here. Otherwise the future is very dark. Ocean heat content at record high. You see the upper levels, they absorb the maximum amount of heat. So it was seen that upper 700 meters and upper 2000 meters were either the highest or the second highest on record. In this period of 2018, 90% of the energy trapped by greenhouse gases goes into the oceans. So that was trapped in the upper layer. And you see all these gases like carbon dioxide, they trap these this heat, and that carbon dioxide that goes towards oceans, because oceans are the biggest sink for these gases. And you see ultimately carbon dioxide, it is mixed with the H2O, so it makes H2CO3. It's a carbonic acid. Okay, you see the reaction here, H2O plus CO2, carbonic acid, and that actually lowers the pH of the water. Okay, there has been a decline of 0.1 unit in pH. You see 7 is neutral, towards 14 it is basic, towards 1 it is acidic, and there has been a decline of 0.1 mark here. That means the water is becoming acidic day by day. So this is because of these mixing of gases. And you see acidic water that reacts on the surfaces like calcium carbonate surface, which is there in the coral reefs and all, and that is why those are degraded because of the acidic water. So since 1750, when this industrial revolution started, there has been a decline of 0.1 units. So it's a very important thing to discuss about and to take action about. In this IPCC 5th assessment report, it was found there, and this has appeared in the this World Meteorological statement on the climate change. And 25% of the anthropogenic carbon dioxide emissions, these were absorbed by oceans. And this is the data of past decade. Only in the last 10 years, oceans, they have absorbed around 25% of carbon dioxide emission, and this is a huge amount because the emissions are in gigatons, and that is absorbed by oceans. That means oceans are becoming acidic day by day. Next report is regarding the sea ice wall. You see it is again the record low levels for the first 2 months of the year. and throughout 2018 the sea ice extent was below average. For whole year it was below average, and it was the same condition in Antarctica, which is there on the South Pole, it is there on the North Pole. It is an ocean and it is the continent, but in both these places ice shelves are there and they are melting with the very fast pace. You see, Arctic would not be there, it would only be Arctic Sea, and no ice you would see after some decades here. So fast the ice is melting here. And you see, for the month of February through August, the monthly extent ranked among the 10 smallest on record, means the level of frozen ice was very low and it was below average for the whole year, and this has been seen for the first time. Next, India's debt to GDP ratio for the states and the center combined is around. Debt to GDP ratio, governments take debts and there is no ceiling on the center. There is ceiling on state, but there is no ceiling on the center. The problem is that in the budget and in some other statements there are many loopholes that central government can take advantage of, and it can show a better picture. That is not true, and they may say that the fiscal consolidation is going very good and not much deficit is there and the condition is very good with the economy. Maybe they say that, and the actual condition is totally different. That is why for this management of this particular suspicion, Chairman of the Finance Commission, 15th Finance Commission N.K. Singh, had pitched for a Fiscal Council to enforce fiscal rules and better manage public debt. FRBM Act is very important here, and in 2004 it was there. And you see, the answer for this question is 70%, means combinedly our debt for the center plus state is 70% of the GDP. That is so huge. And in Article 293 it provides for a constitutional check over borrowing. As I told you, no restriction on the center, hence there is a need for an alternative institutional mechanism like Fiscal Council to enforce fiscal rules and keep a check on center's fiscal consolidation. That is the thing. And important points were made by CAG also. CAG said that the need for proper disclosures are there, and budgets often understate fiscal deficit by misusing accounting loopholes. So there are accounting loopholes and there is no solution for that. But if this body would be there, if this institutional mechanism would be there for sound fiscal practice, then it would be the greatest help, and we may have the actual picture of the economy. Right now there is no guarantee that whatever data they are producing, that is showing the right information. Next, humpbacked mahseer, it's a fish, it's not a mammal, it's a fish. It's found right now only in southern part of India in the tributaries of Kaveri river. The Bhavani river, Hemwati, all these are important tributaries of Kaveri, and it is found there only. So mahseer, it's a fish, although it comes under the category in the class of core data, but not in mammals. Mammals are the most advanced ones. So this is wrong, and recently it was declared critically endangered by IUCN. So that's why it was in news. So only one is the correct answer here. Next, United Nations Security Council. It has unanimously adopted a French drafted resolution. It's not a law, it's a resolution. And you see, according to it, what the member countries has to do, they will be establishing domestic laws, and according to these laws they would act against terror financing, because terror financing is the basic thing. If that is stopped, we may crack down on the terrorism which is there in this world, and how it is scaring the common people of this world. So that is why the financing is the biggest factor here. If we can stop that financing, sometimes it's state sponsored terrorism, state sponsored financing of the terrorist groups. So these are crucial issues, and that's why Pakistan was also reprimanded. And there is a body called FATF, Financial Action Task Force, and there is a grey list and black list under it. Pakistan has been there in the grey list. So that is also a body working in the area of terror financing and the money laundering, and both things are actually interconnected. The laundered money is used in the terror financing. That is the issue. So that body is FATF, but this resolution is by France and in United Nations Security Council, UNSA resolution it is. And you see, France is a member of a P5 country. What are the P5 countries? USA, Russia, China, France and UK. So these are the countries under Permanent 5, the Security Council's P5. So only 2 is the correct answer here. And it is the first standalone measure dedicated specifically for the countering of the financing of terrorism. Next, as I told you, 15th Finance Commission chairman is N.K. Singh. Don't confuse it with V.K. Singh. It's N.K. Singh. Air Marshal N.J.S. Dhillon. Now, very important information. You see, many escalations and informations of the escalation between India and Pakistan were there, and we were at a brink of war. So at that time, the biggest news was of nuclear stockpile, and we may have a nuclear war with each other. So at that time, that was very, very important. N.J.S. Dhillon has become the new Commander-in-Chief of the Strategic Forces Command, SFC. SFC is a part of Nuclear Command Authority of India. Nuclear Command Authority, it's responsible for command, control and operational decisions regarding India's nuclear weapons program. Prime Minister chairs that, and there is Executive Council and there is Political Council. Political Council is headed by Prime Minister and Executive Council by National Security Advisor. So that's important. And you see, SFC is the command. SFC actually operationalize the commands given by NCA. So NCA is the approving body and SFC manages these operations, and they manage these strategic particular arsenals which are there with us. First nuclear test, it was done by India in 1974 on 18th of May, and Smiling Buddha was the name of that atom bomb. And next important test was done in Pokhran in Rajasthan, and it included a thermonuclear test also. That is a huge thing, and it was named as Operation Shakti. The ASAT launch is the Mission Shakti. This is Operation Shakti. Remember that, they may confuse you this year. And you see, regarding India, India has not declared any official data about its stockpile, but around 300 nuclear stockpile we have, and 10 nuclear reactors are there, uranium mining sites, heavy water production facilities, uranium enrichment plants, all we are having here. So that is why a lot of suspicions are there. An international body that wants us to sign the CTBT, but we have not signed that. And NPT, Nuclear Proliferation Treaty, we have not signed till now. But because of our good image, because of our no first use policy, we have been given many waivers here, and America has done a civil nuclear deal with us. Australia has also done some deals regarding the uranium and its export to India. So that's important. And you see, list of commander-in-chiefs till now, it started in 2003, and the officers above the rank of Air Marshal, they can be given this particular post. So Jasbir Walia was there till 2019, March 2019, and now NS Dhillon, now Kiranjeet Singh Dhillon is the new chief here, new commander-in-chief. As I told you, SFC, it's a part of NCA and responsible for the management and administration of the country's tactical and strategic nuclear weapons stockpile. This SFC was created under Vajpayee's government in 2003. So that's the data. And as I told you, India has not made any official statement regarding its nukes, and this SFC, it was recommended by the Cabinet Committee on Security in 2003. These are the bodies. You see, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs is there, Cabinet Committee on Home Affairs is there, Cabinet Committee on Security is there, and they are headed by mainly Prime Minister most of the times. So that is the thing, and this matter is very sensitive. So PMO is responsible here. There is a mechanism called C2 mechanism, that is command and control. What does it mean? It means that the control of these nuclear weapons should be there with the civilian government, and that is why political council's head is Prime Minister, and the ultimate authority, final authority would be given by the political council. Executive Council can only suggest to the political council. So the civilian government has the authority to release these nukes. Next, India finishes with the 16 gold medals at Asian Airgun Championship. You see, we won 16 gold, 5 silver and 4 bronze medals, and this event happened in Taipei. Taoyuan is a place in Taipei, And next is there in UAE, where the International Shooting Sport Federation Shotgun World Cup Stage 2, that is going to commence on Friday. So we are achieving a lot apart from cricket. That's the greatest thing, and we are lacking a lot here, because you see these other countries like USA, China, South Korea, Japan, they are achieving a lot of medals every time in these Olympics or Winter Olympics or in any event, Asian Games or anywhere, but we are lacking every time. So it's a good thing that we are achieving heights here. Next, these are the MCQs. Try their answers and look for the additional data, and the PDF you will get on the Telegram channel. The link is given on the Facebook group, so you can send me a request and I would approve. And that's all for now. Thanks a lot, and these questions are going to be very, very important. Do not leave any of these lessons before exam. Thanks a lot.